Anthony Pratt is an Australian businessman and billionaire who just pledged $2 billion to create 5,000 manufacturing jobs right here in America.
His plan is to double the output and impact of the food industry by the year 2030, saying the food and agriculture industry does not get the attention it deserves.
Anthony Pratt joining us live in studio this morning. Mr. Pratt, thank you for coming in. You got into the paper business, and it worked out for you right here. Now you want to kind of put your focus onto the food industry. A lot of concern about robots and technology taking our jobs away from us. What is the plan here? What is your proposal?
Well, we're about continuing a national conversation that we started last year of doubling the food production industry to $1.7 trillion, partly by hooking into the Asian middle class boom. And California's in pole position for that. It's the closest state to Asia. Clean, safe food is the competitive advantage, and there's going to be a great demand in Asia with those middle class people coming into the middle class for that high value product.
So this is about exporting.
It is, and it's about creating millions of jobs. And
we don't have the jobs right now to reach the demand that's there overseas.
At the moment, the great results that have been achieved by the California farmers and food processors just in the last 12 months since we started this Global Food Forum, thanks to them, agricultural exports from America have gone up 6% nationally, and agricultural exports from California have gone up an amazing 25%. Beef exports are up 24%, exports to China are up 30%, and exports of dairy product are up 16%. So it's a great job by the Californian farmers and food processors.
Why do you think this sector is being, as you say, not being paid enough attention to, or would you even be stronger and say ignored? Not ignored, right? Or we need more attention?
Absolutely. Well, historically, it's been Silicon Valley or the movie business or the car business or the oil and gas business that have got most of the attention, but the biggest industry in the United States is the food industry, and it's got tremendous potential. It employs 1 million people here in California, and we think that there's a tremendous opportunity to double it to $1.7 trillion. This is just food production, mind you, not including the stores or anything like that. And we're actually putting our money where our mouth is. We're currently building in California, in Stockton, a 500,000 square foot cardboard box factory, which will make boxes for fruit and vegetables.
You talk about doubling California's food output. I don't see any other way other than factory farms to get that done. Do you have another innovative solution? Because a lot of people, especially here in the Bay Area, they want to know who raised the chicken that made the egg that they're making in their omelet.
Absolutely. There's two big challenges and opportunities to improve the production. One of them is obviously water. You know, to double production, there's going to have to be a doubling of water availability, and that is going to be, you know, partly solved by Silicon Valley, I think, in terms of tech, different forms of irrigation. And the other one is there aren't enough people to actually pick the food. For example, 20% of all fruit and vegetables are left on the vine at the moment because some of the kids don't want the back-breaking jobs that their parents had. Right. And so therefore, I think robotic technical aids to improve productivity is going to be vital.
Here you are in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I just kind of want to switch gears for a second since we have you, but it's kind of home to the gay rights movement, and I know same-sex marriage is a big topic right now in Australia. You're a businessman, and a lot of people listen to your word. What's your take on what's going on in Australia when it comes to same-sex marriage? Do you support it?
Absolutely. I'm for marriage equality, and I think it's you know, it's everybody's right to live the life that they want to live, and I think it's very important that they do so.
Here it is, the year 2017. Are you surprised that it's this, that we're talking about it later than earlier?
I just think it is everybody's, you know, real right to live the way they want to live, and you know, I think very much in support of marriage equality.
Yeah.
How do you plan? You said you want to give away $1 billion before you die. I imagine everyone is knocking on your door. How do you select food, for example? How do you choose what to follow?
Right. Well, we've been involved in a number of things. You know, Feeding a Hungry World is definitely one of them, and that, you know, food intersects with that. Obviously, the food thing is also great for the American economy as well in creating millions of jobs for Americans. We also, philanthropically speaking, have been very involved in mental health, as well as you know, the arts, as well as many causes. But the food one is very close to our heart because we think that it's a great opportunity for America to create millions of jobs.
Go ahead.
The facility in Stockton you mentioned, is that up and running?
It's currently under construction.
Under construction,
And
got it.
we've got 68 factories in the United States. We employ 7,000 people in high-paying manufacturing jobs. So we're very, you know, America's the greatest country in the world to manufacture in, I believe, and it's got the best balance of growth, yet with low sovereign risk.
Okay, how many new iPhones are you getting? At $1,000
I've already
each.
got one.
Oh,
He's already
the
got
new
the,
one? The
new
new
one.
one.
Oh, well,
The $1,000 base
eventually,
model.
if I work it out.
Okay.
A long time.
All righty.
You don't
Anthony
have to worry
Pratt,
about
thank
giving
you
your money
so
away
much.
yet.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Anthony. We'll be right back after the